Somebody's snatching up Mexican kids and putting them into prison. And no, it's not the US government. It's Umzek, the god of death. He's killing children faster than Ezra Miller can commit crimes. A group of tourists get caught up in this madness, ruining their vacation, their hotel rooms, but also potentially ruining the Dark God's plans. Among the tourists is a b-ball swinging Catholic father, a foul-mouthed child that the priest may actually be the actual father of, and suddenly a white guy who can transform into a Mexican god of his own, the god of the dawn, Quetzalcoatl. Can their combined forces, along with some crystals provided by a couple of New Age yuppies, prove enough to stop the child-slaying rampage of Umzek? Or will they each succumb to the inevitable power of death? 1989's The Laughing Dead is certainly an oddity. Oh man. Where else can you see a guy that looks startlingly like Stewart from Mad TV, brushing shoulders with the standing corpse, and he wasn't dead back then, but he's a pretend corpse of Swamp Thing creator Lynn Wein. All while a 10-year-old says the F word over and over about 20 times before popping out of his mother's stomach, fully grown, in a grisly, gory birth scene. I challenge you, can you find another movie where I could say a line like that? Yeah, while all of this craziness is going on in this film, you may notice and wonder, why is there a doughy and clearly Asian man pretending to be a villainous Mexican death god over here? As I was wondering. This is, of course, the writer and director S.P. Somtow, a Thai-American horror sci-fi fantasy writer, who also worked on Dino Saucers. I assume his writing credentials here are the reason that the movie is just chocked full of famous authors, and even Forrest J. Ackerman, an agent for Bradbury, Asimov, people you may have heard of, and editor-writer of famous Monsters of Filmland, starring here as a corpse, funnily enough. Good use of him. Want to be a dead guy in my movie? His heart is really in the right place. Not that heart, the other one. Somtow's Dr. Umzek is delightfully droll, cracking out some of the movie's best jokes, especially during the marathon child sacrifice scene.
Good that our work here is almost done. I really don't enjoy killing that much. Soon, the new Umzek will take my place, and I will be able to retire into private life as an investment broker.
That's funny. I gotta give him credit. It's bad taste humor, and I like bad taste humor. I make really bad jokes all the time. But normal people aren't going to look at this and be like, oh, that's funny. They're going to be like, what the hell's going on? And even if you can accept the humor, it's also pretty uneven. Some of it works as intended, like the policeman drawing a decapitated person's head. Most of it, though, like the bickering between these two crystal-obsessed New Agers, just comes off as grating. And some of the laughs are those laughs you get unexpectedly when you're watching something try very, very hard to be funny or scary or anything, and it fails that much harder. Like in this scene when there's a crew member who just suddenly appears in the shot during a gore scene. He's probably pressing the little pump that makes the blood shoot out, and he can't go anywhere. He can't get off camera. He's doing his job. It's the cameraman who screwed up here, and the director didn't notice somebody was in the shot. Whether you are laughing at The Laughing Dead or with The Laughing Dead, it never stops being at least some sort of funny, though, which is great. Along with this penchant for constant humor, Somtow's actual passion to write and direct a horror movie about something as relatively obscure as Aztec mysticism is another saving grace to this clunker. If this had been set anywhere else in the world, with any other sort of religion, it would have lost some of the fascinating discussions going on about suffering, colorful deities, the gorgeous desert landscapes, and the entirely great sets, really good sets. As I began to understand exactly what it was Somtow was doing with the film, it suddenly just takes off and it soars into the underworld of gore, horror, and most importantly, death battles between giant 1990s practical SFX kaiju god monsters. It's great. It's like, whoa, where'd this come from? Why couldn't the rest of the movie been this? Come on. It's hard to say what's the hardest thing to do in film. Make people scared or make them laugh. Somtow, very bravely I guess, tried to do both. And while he struggles, it's admirable that he tried. I give The Laughing Dead 3 beheaded Pat the NES Punkheads out of 5. At least now I can say I've seen a movie where zombies and a priest play basketball while giant monsters have a slap fight in the background over who gets to own the souls of children. Holy crap.
All of these things are designed to frighten a monkey.